Playstation.
Hey folks, and welcome back to the Sonython. We're now moving on to a cool little indie game I thought I'd put in the marathon list, which is Entwined. And joining me I have Mia.
Hey.
And Nat.
Hey guys.
And we're gonna just take this as a bit of a chill run, because we've just came straight off the back of Snake's Metal Gear Solid run, which I've got to give a shout out to his perseverance there. That was amazing, that he managed to sit through that, because that last boss looked like it gave him a lot of jip, but he kept through and he beat it. So
Good
now,
job.
just to contrast that, we're playing a cute little game about a fish and a bird who are soulmates, but are separated, and you can interpret that any way you want. We can see him in the cutscene right now, but the game, generally the principle is that we'll be going through their separate lifetimes until they can finally meet, and then they reincarnate, and that's basically the principle of the game. I see Dom in the chat. Am I gonna get good at this game? No, I'm not. I'm gonna struggle like hell in the later parts, I promise you. But yes, Mia, what is our current total at?
Our current total is at shit, I need to get to the actual main page. I'm on the incentive part, but the current total is, as soon as the thing loads, 1,420.
Sweet. The memes make
So
themselves.
fitting.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to donate, it's for a very good cause. It's for Child's Play, who improve the quality of life for children in hospitals all around the world by, giving them games and consoles and stuff. And as we all know, that's a very good cause, as being in the hospital is shit at the best of times. And so, if you want to donate, it's for a good cause. The money goes 100% to them. So go right ahead and donate.
Yeah. And guys, if we could have like a constant feedback as to like the stream's quality and that, because I just noticed that I forgot to click record because I was rushing to get ready. So if there's any like frame drops or anything, let me know and we may have to tinker about with it.
Okay.
But
I will keep an eye on the chat.
cool, I want it going a proper 1080 60 the whole way through ideally.
Fair enough.
But the gameplay here, it looks very simple in concept, but what I'm doing here is essentially matching the orange fish and the blue bird, and we've got to get them through the little gate things without cocking up, essentially. And it's very easy in this first mission. Gets much harder in the later lifetimes.
The whole idea of a fish and a bird reminds me of the Sonic 1 special stage.
Oh, because of the fucking trippy backgrounds.
Because of the fish and the birds, yes.
Yeah, they sure are a thing.
But this whole thing looks like a special stage.
It sort of does, but this is actually fun.
I'm getting like Sonic 2 flashbacks.
Yeah, I guess it's like a full pipe rather than a high pipe, though.
So Sonic Heroes.
Don't. Please. Like
I know how
this
to
game's
trigger
actually
you.
fun. Yeah, you do control with the dual sticks. It actually works really well. Like it can, there is a bit of a learning curve getting used to it, particularly when they speed things up on probably like the third lifetime. But as a general control scheme, it works pretty smoothly.
That's good.
I will say I will be concentrating a lot more during the late ones, so that's when I'll probably need you guys to relay stuff from chat to me.
No worries.
And also keep an eye on the donations.
Yeah.
But this part,
I've got that up.
But this here, once you go into the... I don't know if there's a proper name for it, when they sort of link together, then you've got to essentially keep a streak up, like if you miss too many it breaks, but once you do this then you get into the like meeting part, and that's when you can go clear the lifetime.
Cool.
Onto this part here. And yeah, I see Mr. Sparkly, it is incredibly chill. That's kind of why I wanted to get this in here. Just, you know, we've had a lot of hype games on the schedule, we might as well have a little bit chill.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But yep, now the general objective of this part is to go and pick up all the little coloured shiny bits, and then you can do this really cool rainbow wave thing until the energy depletes. And it is hype as fuck. I just love pretty colours. Yeah, go on that.
That looks really pretty.
It is, it's beautiful.
This game looks just really nice and fun. I'm buffering, but I don't know if anyone else is. It might just be me. It could just be me, so don't worry just yet. Don't panic just yet. It could just be me.
Nat, how's the stream looking?
It looks fine to me.
Okay,
oh,
cool.
okay then. Yeah, it was just me. Sorry about
the
that.
The Paddy Net strikes again.
Again, sorry, Flame, for any false alarms. Alright, yeah, everyone's saying no buffers, so we're good, we good.
Nat, could you keep an eye on the stream quality, please? Because I think Mia's internet tends to derp out all the time.
Yeah, like sometimes it just buffers for me because my download speed's not good.
Okay.
Damn, yes, this game just looks fun to watch.
It is. Like, I remember I was telling you a little while ago, Mia, that this was, when I first got my 1080-60 capture card, this was the first game that I just went to record, just because I knew this is the sort of game that just needs that high quality. Which naturally we're completely butchering by streaming at like 3000 kilobits per second, but you know, we got to do what we got to do.
Limits.
Yeah. Well, it's more the limit of my connection, because Twitch actually allow you to go up to, I think, 6500 now. They bumped it up from 3500, but still, it's like streaming video. I don't really want to take any chances.
Fair enough, yeah.
This one is like one of my favourite lifetimes to look at. It's just really pretty.
What's the soundtrack like?
The soundtrack is a lot of incredibly soft, like atmospheric pieces that work really well with the game itself.
Awesome.
You should like get it up on YouTube, have a listen to some of the songs.
Yeah, I'll do that right now actually. Well, first let me check for donations.
Yeah.
So remember guys, you can get your donations in and, you know, it'll be great. And if you can't donate, feel free to spread the word on Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Yahoo, Instant Messenger, whatever the kids use these days.
Put it on your Neopets profile, you know you wanna.
Bin Weevils. Club Penguin. Oh wait.
Oh, I love that.
Too
like,
soon.
I think it was like in the last couple of months or so, like the speedrun subreddit set up like a category for fastest band from Club Penguin. That was amazing.
Yes, I saw.
I think the newest one that is really amazing to me is in The Sims, the fastest to get your children taken away from you.
Oh my god.
That one was amazing.
That's amazing. Oh shit, what was I tasked with doing?
Look up the music.
Oh yes. Entwined OST.
Nah, I can't remember who the developer was for this off the top of my head. Would you mind just looking up on like Wikipedia or something, please?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Just gotta get them facts out there, the things that I normally like to have done in the first like 30 seconds, but completely forgot about.
Oh, this is cool. It's some nice synth.
It's
I
like
like
very
soft
gentle,
synth.
isn't it?
Developers are called Pixel Opus.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was their first project and they got the funding from Sony to do it.
That's cool.
At least off the top of my head. Similar kind of deal with Dear Esther, I believe, until that eventually got a PC release.
Fair enough. I wish this would get a PC release because it does look really fun. In fact, it would probably be... you said you control with twin sticks.
Yeah.
Like, could it be emulated with a mouse, do you think?
No. This wouldn't work with a mouse. Like, this is... The way you control it with the sticks is that you just spin it in a circle just to move your like creature's location on the screen. So if you were trying...
control them both individually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get you now, yes.
That's like why it's twin sticks, so yeah, it'd be
Still
really
be good on
finicky.
PC though.
Yeah, it'd be good, like, if you can always use a controller for shit. But,
Oh yeah, of course.
This looks like an artsy res. I sort of see where you're going with that.
Yeah,
it's not
a bit
exactly.
artsy, but it's not.
Well, I see artsy as a positive thing. Like,
Oh yeah, fair enough.
there are games that are very pretentiously artsy, and I've already mentioned Dear Esther. Like, I still like Dear Esther, but I can see why a lot of people would see that as like artsy wankery. But like when it's stuff like this, you just play it and you soak in the atmosphere, and it's perfectly cool.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, now let's do the cool lines again. Also, the delay between the game and the Elgato seems less than it usually is. That might be a placebo thing on my part, I don't know, but either way, it's cool.
It's always good positive when the lag is less.
Yeah. It might be because I reset not too long ago.
Fair enough.
There we go. Okay, so that's the easy lifetimes out of the way. Because there's 9 in total with 2 down, but I think 7, 8 and 9 in particular do get quite difficult, so thankfully this game doesn't actually have a fail state, because they took the advice of the world's most well-respected game designer and took the advice that game overs are a failure of the game designer, thanks David Cage. And so there's no actual fail state, it just means that it takes longer to build up the combo that you need to get into the secondary phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a point, all games are artsy games, it just depends on the direction that they're taking as to how it comes across.
Yeah.
Because like, I believe video games are art. There's a lot of assets in a video game that kind of people have put their creativity into it and they've put their ideas into it, so it's art.
Yeah. I just had a wonderful idea that would totally trigger flame if instead of using the twin stick controls for this game, it was on the Wii and you had to use 2 Wiimotes.
That sounds like a terrible idea, let's not.
And put Sonic in it.
Okay, sold. I like it in the sections where it goes dark, which I know, again, the stream probably doesn't do it justice in that respect, because it's kind of hard to capture good blacks in this, but it does look really nice.
Yeah.
I think one of my favourite games that is kind of artsy, but not exactly, is Child of Light.
I've seen that game, that's like the RPG platformer kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a really pretty game. I've played a little bit into it. It's one of them that I played a bit of and didn't get around to finishing, but in terms of just the general visual direction, I did really like where that was going.
Yeah, and the soundtrack of that game is amazing.
I don't remember too much of that game's soundtrack, to be fair.
Because like when I bought that game and I listened to like the first few minutes of it and I got to the first level, I was just like, I'm sold on this game.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like the colors. If I had a PS4, I'd get it.
Yeah, this game, it's on the PS4, the PS3 and the Vita, and
Oh, I could get it on PS3 if I wanted
Yeah.
to, I guess.
I don't know if the PS3 one runs at 60 frames or not. I haven't tested it. Like, I
Yeah.
have it because they actually sell it in a bundle, which is cool. Because like, if you upgrade your console later, you can play the enhanced one without having to buy it again. Which I wish more games did that.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Nintendo, great purveyors of, yes, you already bought this game on the Wii Virtual Console. Now you've got to pay an upgrade charge to play it on like the Wii U enhanced.
Yes.
That's a terrible idea.
Is the other thing that annoys me about the Wii to Wii U transfer thing is it's like an all or nothing. Like, you can't just
Yeah.
transfer like a handful of your games or maybe 2 or 3 save files or something. Like, you have to either copy everything or start fresh.
Yay.
Oh, Nintendo. Yep, I'm sort of cocking up a couple of these. Let's pay attention. There we go.
I'm listening to the soundtrack here, and yeah, it is super soft and just. It's a game you can relax to in a way.
Again, at least until the later stages where it gets quite tricky.
Well, if it didn't get tricky, it wouldn't really be much of a
I don't know, bear in mind again I'm defending Dear Esther. That's the game where you hold forward for the entire game.
Is that made by the same people?
No, that's
Oh,
by
okay.
the Chinese film who also did Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Oh,
which
right,
is
yes.
another fun game. At least in my eyes. I know it's not to everyone's taste, but still.
Well, you have objectively perfect taste.
Yes, I do. I'm glad you're realising that now.
Except with Sonic.
No, my Sonic taste is perfect. Shadow's great, 3K's not.
That's bullshit.
You're bullshit. Also, I just broke my combo, GG me.
Like, what's your taste in Sonic?
Yeah, I seem to have unpopular opinions, but I just chalk that down to everyone but me being wrong. Take two. I don't know whether it's actually speeding up or not. I think it's just because I get a bit more tense when I know I've got to actually, you know, perfect this.
Yeah. You got this.
Indeed, I have got this, Sonic. There we go. Ace, yeah, well I do agree that Sonic Adventure 2 is great. I'll give you that much. Okay, this one is really pretty, particularly the reflections off the ground.
Yeah.
I got Zelda vibes then, because it looked like the Hyrule symbol.
Ooh, what, the Triforce?
Yeah, the Triforce.
Ah, I didn't see it, but maybe.
Like, the symbol that's on Link's shield, like, I don't know, because I don't really play much Zelda, but it
Oh,
just
right, yeah,
similar.
I don't know what it's called, like the Solaris from Sonic 06 thing.
Yeah.
I like that's what we know it as. But yeah, when you're in this form, you can do different things with the trigger buttons. So you can either tuck your wings in and dart forward, or you can do a cool spin, which I like. It does nothing in terms of gameplay. It just makes your little trail of colour look cooler.
Mhm.
Whee. Yeah, you do have to put up with my sound effects. It's late, okay. Is the stream still looking smooth, 60 FPS net?
Yep.
Cool.
Awesome. I'm going to check for donations.
Go for it. Well, I go into the fourth lifetime, which is the bright, vivid orange one.
Cool.
And so they're moving away from the softer colours, and yeah.
No donations. Come on, guys.
Donate
Get
for the
some
pretty
donations
colours.
in, babies. Do it for the pretty colours and do it for the children.
Yay.
And one thing I commented on with this game, actually, when Flame was test streaming it with me, was that like the colours remind me so much of Portal because of the blue and orange.
Oh yeah, got you. Same links.
God damn it, Spa.
They're very good colours against each other though, because the contrast, since blue is cold and
Yeah.
orange is
I
warm.
I take that as quite symbolic. I think what they're going for is that these two characters are so, like, although they look close, they've got that distance between them, and I think it's the whole opposites attract thing going on.
Yeah.
Spa, why do you have to say #believe it? Your Naruto fanboy is just showing.
Yeah, I'll let him, he's having fun. We were talking the other night, does love him some Naruto.
I don't know, I just like to tease him about it.
Fair play.
Let's see. Oh yes.
I missed a couple, that's not too promising.
Yeah, that's true, Michael.
What's
Like,
that?
we would really love it if you bought a Vita, please. Anyone?
Yeah, like,
Please buy one.
I mean, I have a PS2 V, and I think Chef's got a Vita, so I know they've sold at least 2. I don't know if my PS2 V actually counts, but still, he plays Vita games. and it cost me like 20 quid if I recall correctly.
The setup for Virtual Springfield is really bad. It shows like even successful like type messages as an error message, like with the error like symbol.
I love it.
That just sounds confusing.
Well,
Oh, Windows 98, you were a different time.
yeah.
Because it's just like, I don't know whether or not this setup went successfully or not.
Error, setup completed successfully.
I have seen that, I love it. Okay, now on to this phase. Or maybe not, let's be careful here. I'm surprised I got that one actually. Fuck. I need to be careful here. How's chat doing? I can't see right now, I've got to concentrate.
Malitori just got a Vita.
Oh cool, that's free. I mean, we could probably calculate the Vita's entire sales figures by the end of this stream.
And Spar's asking how tight are the hitboxes? Like, does to be
this, they're kind of about the graphic. So as long as it looks like you're on, like going through the gate, then you should be fine. Like, it's mostly the movement. You have got to be a little bit quicker than it looks during some of them. So that when I start freaking out, that's usually because it's got a few like back to back next to each other, and I've got to quickly move myself. But yeah, I do like the way that, and I know this may be just my casual scrub way of playing, but like it doesn't really put you under much pressure, which is cool. Like, yeah, there is the sort of failure that you break your link and you just have to rebuild your combo, but at the same time it doesn't fail you, which I think is a good thing for this kind of game in particular, because it's like the primary purpose of this game is to sort of soak you into the atmosphere of it, and it just kind of keeps you involved.
Yeah.
Let's do some cool twirls. There we go.
Nice. This part reminds me of Wacky Workbench Past because of the mountains in the background.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't say so. I get more, you know, the Mirage Saloon.
Oh yeah.
It's got that
like
sort of
Mirage
colour scheme to
Saloon.
it.
Especially Act 1.
This game, I don't know. I think I got this when it was on discount, like last year sometime. I think it's probably about a 10 or something like that. I can't remember.
Not too bad.
Do you want to, one of you two want to look that up for us? It will be on the PlayStation Network store.
Hold on. Entwined PSN. PlayStation. $9.99. No, yeah, $9.99 in dollars.
Oh, that's not bad.
So that's like 50 Canadian dollars.
I'll be back in a bit. I just need to go grab some water real quick.
Fair play.
No worries.
Yeah, see you in a little bit. Now this is where the oranges start to get a lot more intense. It's kind of like building on the previous level.
Yeah.
Like this one, I remember being sort of deceptive in difficulty, because like the first section of it is actually really easy. Then they start getting these sort of pulsating ones with several layers, and the thing with the pulsating ones is it can be kind of difficult to see which ones are in and which ones are out.
Yeah.
What I do like, in terms of like the 3D effects in the background, I like that there's like layers of movement. It's not just like one particular image that just like has a looping animation. There's things going around other things, and it just makes it feel so much more detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that was where I just got cocked up by the pulsating. Thankfully, I think it's only this and maybe the final ones that have like the proper pulsating ones. Like the others have a little bit of movement to them, but they're a lot easier to sort of distinguish.
Yeah.
Because I think this one, back when I was doing the run for Hellfire playthroughs, I did sort of spend a bit of time on this particular level.
I'm back.
Hey.
Hello.
Alright, let's do this. Hopefully. Okay.
So we have a $5 donation.
Oh, cool.
That says give monies to the kids.
Cool.
Sweet, nice one, thank you.
Any incentive? No.
Nope.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, this is where stuff seems to be speeding up a little bit. Because I think they do throw you the occasional slightly slower one. There I go, I broke me link, goddammit. But I think they do give you the occasional slower one, which is probably to sort of restore your link if you manage to break it.
Yeah.
Crap. Yeah, it is this one that throws me off a lot, just like I say, the pulsating gates.
How long is this game overall?
Well, I've got my estimate down as an hour and a half, and that's because like my pre-recorded playthrough was an hour, and I want to give myself
Fair
a
enough.
bit of
Yeah.
leeway
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
sort of fuck up. Which I looking like I may well need a lot of. And I moved too quickly like that. Fuck, I might lose this link now. There we go.
Good job.
Yeah, I think it does speed up a little bit when you start the links bar. Yeah, now we've got some volcanic areas, volcanoes and lightning, just to like double up on the intimidating aesthetic. And I think that's maybe more symbolism, the fact that they managed to meet, and although it's like not, you know, the safest, coziest place to meet up in, like the fact that they have finally met up is like what's brought them together. It's, you know, it's not really a biggie to them. I could be reading far too much into this, but I just like the general motif of this game, so I can dig it.
Yeah.
Whee, I'll go in a circle this time. Little twirl at the end.
Pretty.
You do see all the orange and blue like birds flying off in the distance as well, which I think's really nice. Now where's that portal I'm meant to fly into? It might be at the top of the volcano.
Cool.
I can't believe I lost the bloody portal. Don't worry guys, I'm just making a dickhead of myself, it's fine. Oh, there it is. I see it. There's a bundle of this and Flower, apparently. Flower, that's the one of those 3 games that are there that I actually do kind of appreciate. Like, I haven't beat it. Like, that was going to be one of the incentives that we thought about, of just bundling Flower and Flow. Flow, I noped out of that because it just had really awkward motion controls that I just couldn't get hold of. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably end up just doing Flower like for Hellfire playthroughs later down the line.
Fair enough.
Okay, this is where we start getting the gates that are on the wrong side. So you have to be quite careful to make sure you don't try to feed the orange one into a blue thing or a blue thing into an orange thing. And for the green ones to count, they have to be together, so you can't just use it as a safety catch-all thing.
Yeah, I get you.
And this is where I have to start really concentrating. Barely made that one.
So is this the one where it starts like throwing a bit of a curveball?
Yeah, it's because a lot of them you notice they start having their own gimmicks from here on out. So this one brings in the like more dangerous ones because they have their own colours on it, and then like the last one had the pulsating gates. There's some other bits and pieces which we'll see later on as well. Okay, this one I can centre them at the bottom. That's cool. Yeah, and it's also a game of timing them properly, because what you'll probably notice is that some of these pulse in and out, like the hitbox gets smaller and then larger, and there's also, because a lot of them are rotating, what you don't want it to be lined up for one and then it just rotates on the other side, because it took that little bit longer than you thought.
Yeah.
Like, this is starting to remind me of chemistry, because like how the orbitals look.
Sort
They're
of, I
like
guess.
the electron configurations of atoms.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
That was silly on my part. Yeah, so this is one problem I do have sometimes. When there's layers of them, sometimes it can be hard to see where the layers are going, so you tend to make just a couple of mistakes, and then once you learn the orders that you have to move within that particular lifetime, you start to just be able to recall them from memory.
Yeah.
But it does take some getting used to. What's chat saying?
Zark is saying that he's planning on to donate on Wednesday when he has funds.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Michael's saying that flat, like, going, oh, that's what the game just reminded me of. It's
Oh, what game?
saying flower.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. There's some other games on PSN that have a similar kind of, like, you know, emotional connection kind of approach, because there's also Journey as well, which that's from the same director, I believe, as Absu, which is a game I've gushed over a lot before. I need to get around to playing Journey properly for myself.
Mm.
And Shadow Reaper is saying, what madness? Because the Alder games control with 2 analog sticks.
Oh yeah, that is how it works. That, I think that was giving me a bit more of a liberal hitbox than the actual graphic there, so maybe it is a bit more generous. Oh, crap.
Like, I would love to try this game, but I'm probably going to have a hard time playing it, because I have a bit of a hard time multitasking on certain things, because I'm autistic.
Yeah, well, I've got the same sort of thing. I tend to like struggle coordinating things. That's kind of where I come on the spectrum. So,
Yeah.
and I tend to also have the weird paranoia, which links in with my anxiety as well. But it's kind of I see things coming, and like at the last second, it's like nope, shouldn't have been there.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm not having much luck with this one, so let's try it and pay a bit more attention.
It's like I tried learning to drive like a couple of years ago, and that didn't like go well, because
I did pass after like 8 attempts, and I have never driven a car since. That's kind of how that went.
like, I think I got up to the point where I was starting to learn how to steer the car, but the car just wouldn't go like how it was supposed to go.
Yeah, for me it's like I just get general anxiety when I'm in a car. Like if I could never sit in a car again in my life, I would be happy. But you know, life.
And it's like I'm probably gonna end up having to like move over to America, so it's like I'm kind of gonna need to learn to drive.
Yeah, and their transport that great.
Mhm.
Yeah, fun. Because like around where I am, like the public transport is a bit shit, but like usually there's a bus to where you're gonna need to go, thankfully.
Yeah.
Like America, I think like everything's like so far away from each other that you kind of need to have it to be able to, at least according to Spa.
Yeah. So it's just me desperately trying to cling to this link over. There we go. Now on to the next section. Each character is limited to their half of the screen, Rontillo. The kind of gimmick is that they've got to go through that tunnel like separated from each other, and then when they reach the end of the tunnel, that's when they can join, and they get this really cool birdfish thing.
I left my flight simulator on like for a couple hours and I accidentally didn't pause it, but I'm still in the air.
Huh?
I'm just at Finland.
It's like Google built up like self-driving planes now to follow on from their self-driving cars.
Self-driving planes have been around for way longer,
Yeah.
fam.
If they like, what this kind that you're playing in that game?
Well, yes, autopilot's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, is that? But like, I mean, surely you need to at least pay attention.
In theory, yes, you're supposed to, but the plane is reliable enough that it'll stay in the air and not, you know, crash, since there's nothing to crash into in the sky. But obviously, if there's planes and stuff in the sky, you have to watch out for that. But
Oh my god, Spyro, this is your captain speaking. Where the fuck are we? Oh, 7th lifetime. This is where we get a bit of a difficulty spike.
how many lifetimes are there?
There's 9 in total.
So we're on 7.
We are on 7, yeah.
So we're nearly done. Wow.
Well, that is depending on me not making a complete rat's ass of this playthrough.
I know, but how long have we been at this?
About 50 minutes. Oh, about 40 minutes, I think.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
The estimate's an hour and a half with a level 1, but maybe you should just leave Volk a note saying that maybe you should be on standby.
Yeah.
Just in case. Because, like, this could go 2 ways.
Doopy-doopy-doo, I'll message him in the Discord.
Cool.
Zangar's asking where's my Uber driver taking me. Like, I've never used Uber and I'm kind of afraid to try it. I'm just like, I'd rather just call an actual taxi firm.
Aren't they just a taxi company in themselves, though?
Well, yes, they make sure to hire like light. Well, I don't know about Uber, but the one I use, which is similar at least, uses, you know, proper licensed taxis.
Well, that's kind of any taxi company.
Yeah.
The ones you want to be careful of are the ones where it's some rando who only gives a mobile number and you never hear anything about him.
Well, yeah, I think it's important to be just companies, like actual.
Yeah, at
reputable.
least someone who's like officially licensing shit. I know some I work with, their husbands, they had cabbie driver, and I occasionally hear all the weird wonderful stories about some of the people he picks up. He's picked up different politicians and people who have been related to musicians and shit, and just hears their stories. Must be a fascinating job. So I think he works around London, so people
Yeah.
around Westminster and shit.
I think this is England. I think.
Oh, what your
That's-
plane is?
Yeah, my plane.
Please don't crash into my house.
I'm going to crash into your house.
Don't you fucking dare.
I doubt your house even appears on this. Let's do a
What
zoom
part
out.
of the UK are you from, Clive?
I am in the wonderful, wonderful Hertfordshire. The wonderful is quite sarcastic.
But isn't it a lovely place?
Relative to some areas, yes, but it still has, you know, not the nicest rep.
I'm from Lancashire.
Oh, cool.
Oh no, I don't think this is... Oh, actually I think that was France, possibly?
Yeah, learn your countries, please.
I'm trying, it's just... No, I do see... No, I was in the UK, sorry. It was just upside down.
Wait, that's why you don't trust the autopilot.
It's not the autopilot though. In fact, this plane doesn't have auto. Well, it does have autopilot. I just didn't have it enabled. I was just, since I had the throttle set, it was staying up in the air of its own accord. Basically, I was lucky that I didn't
Is there any
get
sort of
killed.
penalty in the flight simulator for crashing?
There's no penalty for crashing, no. No. You can't like get your virtual pilot's license removed.
Green Viper says, Hertfordshire, what an interesting place to live.
Interesting is a word.
Whereabouts is Hertfordshire? Because
North
Kind-
of London.
Can't remember if it's north exactly, but it is near London.
okay. I figured as much because you do have a bit of a London accent.
Yeah, it's more common. That's just the best way to describe my voice, really. It's like if the commoner sounds like he's trying to sound posh. So I kind of meet in the middle.
Tom sounds like posh,
No, I don't really see
at
that.
least compared to you.
Oh yeah, but that's because I talk like a scrub.
Because I have very little knowledge of where things are in the UK. It's just like,
Fair play, like I don't get out much, so I'm kind of the same.
Neither do I, but I have Google Maps.
Yeah, but I'm also lazy on top of being like mostly shy.
Me too, but Google Maps is easy.
I'm lazy at times. Like, it's like, oh, I could research this, but
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's I could, but I don't wanna.
Come on, guys, get some donations in. Do it for the kids.
Yeah. Okay, this is where the ending little hubs get a little bit more complex because there's stuff like all over the place here, and granted you do only need so much energy. Tom's saying do it for the bird. Yeah, do it for the burb. He's finally met his goldfish soulmate. Go on, you gotta celebrate it, make a donation. Okay, now pretty colour mode. Burb is the word. I think I just crashed into a structure there which completely ruined the majesty of the little trails.
Pretty.
Yeah. I've got to ask, because my Sonython logo being in the right place this whole time, because I've just glanced over at OBS.
Top right.
Yeah, I've just glanced over and I've noticed that it's got that little red border around it, like as though I've nudged it, and I did actually like try and count it out so it's the same distance from the top as it is from the right, but I might have accidentally nudged it since.
I can't tell, sorry.
Not zooming in and counting the pixels. What is wrong with you, pleb? Like, I don't think you realise that's a thing that I usually have to do, and particularly when I'm recording like retro stuff, because NES games in particular tend to run off centre. I've noticed.
Yeah.
I noticed that when like recording and dumping the APIs for the Mega Man stuff, like it tends to be.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and so I tend to have to run off like a screen cap of it from Premiere, like at full resolution, open it in Photoshop, count the pixels from like one side to the other, and then do a bit of like a maths formula to work out where it is so it's perfectly centered.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just something to do with the way the NES just displays things. I think some of the sides, the very sides, often get either cut off or cut off by most TVs, or
Yeah, it's an overscan kind of thing, because you usually get like a black bar along the side of the raw image.
and some games like Super Mario Brothers 3 show like really garbled stuff on the right hand border.
Yeah, and then you get Mega Man 4 type games which just flicker colours, and it's really fucking irritating. Either 4 or 5, one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it's 4 since if it was 5, 6 would probably do it too.
Well, they're on
Since
the
they're
same
basically
engine,
the
but they
same
could have,
game.
they could have polished up stuff like that. To be fair, I'm really not doing too well with this lifetime. This is why I gave a generous estimate. But these ones, the gates are all cloudy. It's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty and swirly and.
Granted, I'm not sure how to feel
Colours.
about orange clouds, but still.
It looks a little bit like
Fanta.
like a screensaver, like
Does
the
a
old
little bit.
Windows.
Does like an old screensaver, yeah.
Oh crap, that was an easy one as well, and I managed to cock it up.
Yeah, I'm in England now.
I'm scared. Don't crash.
I'm
please.
coming for your house.
I know this looks like it's easy stuff I'm fucking up. It's not quite as easy as it looks.
Yeah, it's one of those games where the controls are like
Well, no, the
you have
controls
to
are
you have to
fine.
play it to understand like that
Controls.
even something that looks easy can be.
Well, the controls are perfect. Like, the controls
Yeah,
are smooth.
I didn't have any issue with.
Yeah, they're smooth. They run smooth, fluidly. The hitboxes are pretty much fine. In fact, they're actually kind of generous on some sections. Oh
That's
yeah,
nice of them.
Master System games are a complete technical disaster trying to record
Oh my god, yes.
because like they flicker everywhere, they go off center, they just generally like to be weird.
The handy thing about Game Gear games, and I think also Master System games, but especially Game Gear games, is you can save state, and the save state, the state saved logo is below the border, so you can just really easily crop it out.
Yeah, or you could, actually
Get
record
good.
or you could just record a proper movie file and then dump the AVI after the fact. That's the way I do it. It's just you get.
I'm
better
talking about before when I used to use fraps.
Oh fuck that! Yeah, I used to do the whole screen recording emulators thing. Never again. It's so fucking irritating because like even if you perfectly cut it from the start of the save state screen to the end of the save state screen, you will still see it, just
You'll still-
psychologically.
Yeah.
And like that, I did actually make myself sick a few times with that, like stressing over that stuff, because it's like the sort of thing that you can never be sure whether it is actually there. Like it's the same with audio desync, really.
Oh yes, audio desync is the worst, or perceived audio desync.
Yeah, because like the other thing I've noticed as well is that YouTube tends to desync things in the player. So
Yeah.
you might have a video that works perfectly on your local computer, and then you upload it, and suddenly it's desynced. And yeah, Fraps is the wonderful when like recording lossless. So yeah, you do get like 10 gig for a minute.
Mhm.
Which like I can't complain about, because if I had the storage resources I would love to keep all my files lossless, but unfortunately I don't. So what I tend to do is shadow play for screen recording.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, so
Oh,
what are you Jesusing over?
trying to land a plane.
Okay, be careful.
I
But-
failed though. Well, I didn't crash, but I didn't line up properly, so I'm going to have to
That's
try it
called
again.
crashing, yeah.
No, I didn't crash the plane. I just didn't land. I just stayed above the runway because I knew it was too risky.
So you didn't put it in the landing gear.
I did. Well, this does have a landing gear, and it's
What is it with foxes not knowing how to land?
throttle for altitude. Come on.
That sounds like something Tails would yell as the egg carrier's falling.
Oh, Tailed is smarter than me though.
True.
Tailed is a smart little foxo. Yeah, I
Are we
think
for
I'm not.
donations? I think the thing just went up.
Oh, did it? Let me
Yeah, could you
pause.
prioritise that over?
I am prioritizing both of them. Oh yes, we did. Witty comment. Put toward. This is from unknown. They donated $1. Witty comment. Put towards naming Kate, Sith, and Tom. And what flight simulator is Mia playing? And what aerial combat games would she possibly recommend? From Ron Tio. I'm playing Flight Simulator X. Personally, I haven't played too many combat flight simulators, I prefer the more realistic ones because they're just fun to sit back and relax with. Not that they're bad or anything, but of course Ace Combat, which we saw earlier, is definitely one I could probably definitely recommend. I'm sure Volk would agree with me. And also I'll put your donation there towards calling Kate Entwined, like you said. Let me just do that right now.
I think people in stream are probably starting to see why I gave such a generous estimate for time, because the 8th lifetime is giving me a hard time, and 9 is even harder.
$1 whole dollar-y do. And input it. Feels like I'm like inputting info into like an ancient terminal when I do it.
Dom's saying that the intro to Shine On You Crazy Diamond would fit this. I think it would, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to have to turn around again and try this. So we have to get into pattern as well. We can't just... Oh jeez, I'm way too low. Let's get up into the air a bit first. Throttle for altitude.
I'm getting nervous because like, I'm in my link now and I don't want to lose it again.
I understand, don't worry. You got this.
Yeah, well, I haven't, clearly.
Yes, you do. You got this, Sonic.
Fuck, I can never get them ones.
Come on, stay in the air. Good girl. Now turn.
It makes it sound as though Mia has like a pet plane or something.
Doesn't surprise me.
Nah. Although I do like, I actually do use a military aircraft most of the time. It's just fast and just so much fun to just fly around. I don't have all the realism settings turned up or anything. I like to play somewhat liberally, but come on. Where is the runway? Okay, it's over there. Alright, let's...
Fuck, I broke my link.
I thought you said, fuck, I broke my leg.
Yeah. Kind of preferable at this, then I won't be fucking up on the stream.
You have your priorities in order.
Yeah, well, that's just how I like to do things. I've had operations before, and they happened, whereas poor gameplay on the live stream really triggers me.
I lost the runway. Oh wait, no I didn't. No, that's not the runway.
That was a long thing.
Okay, I'm way over speed.
Green
I should not approach the, it's probably not a good idea to approach a landing strip, a small landing strip at like, I don't know, 1,000 kilometers an hour.
Not the smartest idea, but there we go. Now we're on to the next section.
Good job.
Green Viper says that this game must be fun for people who believe in the old myth known as true multitasking.
There is no such thing as true multitasking, hence why I screwed up so many of them links. Blue orange
Damn.
combined.
Damn Cyrix processors.
That's nerd shit again, isn't it?
Yeah, Cyrix processors. I actually don't know too much about them. I think they were an alternative to Intel processors. Kind of like AMD, except less well known.
Okay, this is the hub section with all the tornadoes, and it's probably one of the least interesting to look at, to be fair.
Okay, I'm lined up with, well, nearly lined up with the runway. The lights are... Runways have these really interesting lights which tell you whether you're too high, too low, dangerously high or dangerously low. Down, 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 up, 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 up. I crashed. Didn't help that I think I forgot to put down the landing gear.
Try not to do that. But, okay. I like it when the portal ends up directly in front of me. That's always cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Let's
that
check
means
the donations.
yeah, that means we are going into the final lifetime. And
Awesome.
this one, I remember when I was recording this gave me a lot of grief. So
Just take your time. You have plenty of time to do this, so...
we have plenty of time, but I don't think people want to be staring at the same level for 20
I know, but-
fucking minutes.
I know, but just worry about...
Yeah.
Just worry about the game and not the things surrounding the stream and stuff.
You know that doesn't work for me. Let's
I
just
know,
play the game. But yeah, what this does is this integrates the different like gates from all the levels up to this point. So we get the pulsating ones, we get the
Nice.
polygons, we get the ones with the little stripes through them, and the fucking fake out ones where it puts the thing on the wrong side. They're always lovely.
So, Rapid Run misheard tornadoes as tomatoes.
Tomato, tomato. Tornado, tomato.
What?
I don't know.
So these little orb things, I know they've been there the whole game and I'm only just actually acknowledging them, but these little orbs do add on to your link time.
Oh my god. The most beautiful thing just happened. I took off from Cork Airport, and for those of you who don't know, the city of Cork is kind of... It's almost in a valley. And the airport's kind of on the hill, basically, part of the valley. So I took off from the runway, narrowly missed hitting a house in the game, and just flew off into the valley that is Cork City, and Cork, Ireland, by the way. And, well, yeah.
Yeah, I think people kind of expect to be taken to an airport, not directly into their house.
Well, this isn't a passenger plane, so it's okay.
Oh, so you literally just destroyed someone's house for no reason.
I didn't destroy their house, I just sped past at an alarming speed and probably gave some old person a heart attack.
Yeah, which is just as bad.
I should get the GPS up.
It would help to actually know where you're going.
Well, you don't require a GPS, you can just use... There's other ways of navigating.
Apparently watching this with Eurobeat in the background is lit.
I will give the soundtrack this, it is fucking lit. As the cool kids would say.
And that's not what the cool kids would say, that's the Twitter losers who started saying it to be ironic, but now it's become part of them. Same with Fam.
Yeah. Well, you're to blame for that.
Yeah, I am to blame for that.
Great.
Yeah,
Gratefulness says next time on why Mia should never be allowed near any vehicle.
I agree.
Yes, I really should not.
Yeah.
Let's check the radios.
Good night, Michael.
No, good night,
Good
mate.
night. Have a good night, and none of these radio... This radio doesn't make sense.
Yep, and the next game after this is Gran Turismo 2, the arcade mode, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. Could be wrong, but it's definitely a thingy. Where's the radio gone? I probably shouldn't be looking behind me while I'm flying, but
How are
none
we
of
for
these seem
donations?
to... I checked a few minutes ago,
Okay.
there wasn't, but I'll check again just in case. Hold on.
And this one, when I eventually get to the hub section at the end, there's a few other things that you have to do. It's not just a typical one just because it's the finale, but it's a bit of a fetch quest thing, so it might take
cool.
me a little bit longer than the others did. Yeah, Bluebird's dropping the ball a little bit here. Just trying to keep me pace up, and eventually I'll get the link, as long as I don't miss too many. Like that. Oh well, let's get some more of these blue things.
Awesome. Think that should hopefully get me on. No, I need to. And as for donations, let me check. No. Come on, guys. You know you can donate.
Should be near a link, but keeping the link will be the difficult part. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna lose this thing straight away. Yeah. Moving one too fast now. Gotta break this habit.
Alright, I should make sure I stay in the same country at least. And I think I'm upside down.
What, the plane's upside down?
Yeah.
How?
It's a fighter jet, so it can maneuver very...
Okay.
Fuck. No, there I go. I get a bit closer to a link, and then I go and fuck it right back up. Fuck. Every time.
Pause. Let's see. Think I check donations again.
Go for it.
Where's YouTube?
Okay, broke me link. Of course I did. How's the chat doing? 'Cause I can't see right now.
This looks fun, but I don't envy you having to play this game right now, says Green Viper 8.
The game's fine.
And he also says, so now we clearly know which one Flame's dominant hand is.
Well, I am a lefty, but I do a lot of stuff with the right. It's one of the things that there's so much stuff that I physically force myself to do right-handed, like carrying stuff and whatnot, just because I just don't like doing things left-handed. It just rubs me the wrong way.
Right enough. Flame, or and Tom says to be gentle with with stick pushes, and Floof is in the chat. Hi Floofy.
Hey, Floof.
Is this one of Flame's gay interactive wanks? He asked.
Trying to be gentle with the inputs, but sometimes it's just like trying to do that when like there's two of them going in different directions. It becomes quite difficult to coordinate.
Okay, I'm in the correct country at least.
That's the way she's.
Ron T.O. responded to Floof. Not quite, it's a bit less classy.
Fuck, I didn't see the second half of them. There goes all my sense of depth perception.
I think I can see the airport. But that could just be...
Let's try it permanently holding with the sticks. Makes it a bit harder, which makes me prone to mistakes, but it should give me smoother movement.
Volkamar says, don't worry, in a few days this will be him trying to get past the chicken in Parappa. And so also Floof says it looks like the Sonic Advance 1 special stages.
Don't say that. This game's fine. I should stress it is me fucking up here. The game's hard, but it's meant to be hard. That done, so now it's for the last little section of it.
Cool.
How are we doing for time, by the way? Because I kind of want to
10
show
minutes. Well, I actually don't. Well, it's 20 past 11.
Okay, I just don't really want to delay Volk, but I kind of want to show off the ending scenes, but I won't play the whole credits like Volk's rushing to get on. Now, where's the stuff I'm meant to do here? Because it's quite easy to lose track of where the little pairs of birds are. Or, well, not pairs of birds, but where the little pairs of things flying around are. I'll try and go and stick in this order and hopefully I'll find them all. Crap. So these can admittedly be quite difficult to control when you're specifically looking for stuff, and that's because you're using both sticks, and so you got to sort of balance it out. Like, you can exaggerate the turns and basically make them smoother by using the second stick, but it does mean that you can miss things. I've lost count of how many I have, which means I should probably do a second round on the circle and make sure I've got all of them. Okay, Tom says show off what I wanna, so presuming I don't fuck up this section here, I've got to just do a second round of this because I think I missed some of the pairs.
Alrighty. Instrument panel, GPS.
So there should be a couple in each world. So there's a tornado world. I've clearly got that one. What about this desert world? Okay. I remember getting lost in this section before actually, on my first playthrough. Just because it's so easy to miss them because they're just got very thin white tails. Oh, I think I just saw some. There they are. Come on, get back here.
Come on.
Yeah.
Flaps down.
This could do with smoother controls, this section, I will admit. And it could also do with better Ferris wheel. Oh, I'm gonna go around the mountain and try again. Because I also can't see whether I got them or not. Oh, there they are. They're close. Oh, here we go. Alright, the final little stretch. I'll do a lot of stunts and that while I still can, and you get to see, because through all the lifetimes you've seen all of the couples who have met up, and it's a really cool ending, I think. So, yep, they're all going in. And I believe we've got one last portal. That we have. So I'm going to fly into here and we are going to mute our mics now. Okay guys, so that was Entwined. Thank you for sticking around. And up next is Volkmar, who will be playing Gran Turismo. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.
See ya, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.